Hi, Ray Terry here, coming at you again from the podcast studio at the Toolbox. The Toolbox. You're going to hear that a lot this year because we hope to crank this puppy up and help some kids and adults alike, male, female, age, from I don't care to I don't care. It doesn't matter as long as we can teach people how to use these things right here with their mind. Critical thinking. We've got about 4,000 square feet out in the area, the warehouse area here, that we're going to do we're going to implement videos, podcasts, and everything else around the Toolbox and videos in digital media. Now, I'll give you a great example of what we're going to do. We've got space here that we're looking for sponsorships, help from industry to come in here. And for example, Thursday morning, I've got an appointment right now with three young men, 18 to, I think, 24. 3 young men are coming in here. Thank you, Men of Destiny, another nonprofit we work with from time to time. They're going to bring 3 men over here to help. Two mentors with Men of Destiny, possibly going to bring 3 young adult men over here, and I'm going to work with them for about 4 hours. What am I going to do? We're going to install a vent hood out in the toolbox here. We've got cooking appliances out in the toolbox, which we're going to show you via video, and we'll interact with that space out there. Thursday morning, I've got 4 hours to spend with 3 gentlemen. We're going to hang a vent hood provided by Queen City Home Store. Queen City Home Store, one of our sponsors here on About Your House, around Put Tools in Schools. Queen City Home Store has donated money, supported us as a sponsor on this show, as well as furnished our TV monitors, as well as a vent hood out in the toolbox. The vent hood. We're going to be teaching out in the toolbox. We're going to have some teaching around electrical, plumbing, heating and cooling, carpentry, cooking, domestic chores such as washing clothes, welding. We're going to have various trades here and opportunities for kids to learn life skills and the trades, because critical thinking's around life. Cooking. There's a great example of a dying art. People don't cook anymore, and that's why we're all running around overweight. Obesity is is epidemic levels, and we're just not healthy. Well, opportunity. We're going to teach kids about nutrition and how to cook good food, not run to the store and get a McDonald's hamburger. And by the way, the worst food out there in fast food is the Golden Arches, McDonald's. Yep, that food is junk, but yeah, we sure eat enough of it, don't we? Well, we'll get into that another show. But right now we're talking about the toolbox. We need sponsors to step up. Electrical, plumbing, heating and cooling, carpentry. Just sponsors. Queen City Home Store is a great sponsor of all of this. Been a product of Charlotte a company in Charlotte since 1952, the year I was born. Speaking of which, next Tuesday, I got a birthday coming up. We're going to be doing a podcast next Tuesday around SNN infrastructure. That's SNN infrastructure. And Brian Morehouse will be in studio with me talking about what opportunities and career pathways they offer and get them involved in Put Tools in Schools. Big donation they gave us last year to support us. They realize the big problems we have around our education system and the lack of exposure to the trades. So that's Brian Morehouse, SNN Infrastructure. But the toolbox itself is going to be a great thing to interact. We're not going to have a teaching. We're not a school. How's that? Just put it in simplistic forms. We'll educate. We'll connect students with opportunities and companies, But I want to express how bad this is with kids and the opportunities in one facet. You go to school and they teach you how to write a resume, right? You write a resume. And I think after talking to, 100 or so kids and young adults and older adults, resume. You send your resume to a company, it goes in a pile, and you're just a piece of paper sitting on another pile. What's that all about? You know, when I was in high school, I went and opened the front door of a business, walked in, and says, I need a job. What happened to those days? We've been educated and brainwashed to think the only way to get a job is through resumes. And you got to write your resume. Richton, did you go to school and learn to write a resume?
Yes.
See, they make you write resumes, but how'd that work for you? How's resumes working out for you?
Think outside the box and be creative nowadays.
You got to be creative, like go in the front door of a business, shake somebody's hand and say, I'd like to be an electrician. Is that so tough? What happened to that? I don't understand. But I talked to last week's show, I discussed this. I had a discussion with a 42-year-old female that educated with a degree, and she wasn't aware that you could walk in a company and shake somebody's hands and ask for a job. She talked about certifications. Now certifications are in the forefront, and I was at a meeting yesterday, and I'm not going to mention any company or institutional names here, but apprenticeships. Students don't even know what an apprenticeship is. Middle school, elementary school kids, they have no clue. How do I know this? Because I've been in front of them. I've gone and introduced myself and put tools in schools to elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools. High schools, they're a little bit more familiar with the word apprenticeship, but not totally. A lot of kids have no clue what an apprenticeship is. So, and now we're talking about apprenticeships. And what is an apprenticeship program? You know, and kids aren't even aware of them and know what they are, know how it affects their career pathway. And first of all, we're putting the cart before the horse. We need to raise the awareness to the career pathways. And then let's talk about apprenticeships and certifications. They think that certification's just like another college degree. It's another cash cow. And believe it or not, to my point about apprenticeships, they're turning into cash cows. Nonprofits are going for certifications. Certifications. Why? Because it means more money in your pocket. Folks, at the Toolbox here, we're not out to certify kids, adults, or anyone. We're here to connect them to a pathway that they love, that there's a possibility that they might love it and pursue that career pathway. That's the Toolbox. Electrical, plumbing, heating, cooling, welding, cooking, and there's a lot of people love to cook. I personally love to cook. I don't want to make a living at it, but I sure love to cook. Cooking's part of our nature. We gather around food. We share food. We share bread. And it's part of our culture. So why not learn to do it well? No, let's run up to Boston Market and grab us a chicken. That's what we need to do. Yeah. Don't worry about cooking. Just go get it pre-cooked and eat all the chemicals and all the preservatives and all the crap they put in our food. Fast food is not healthy, folks. Not healthy at all. So let's teach our kids to cook. Okay. We're here at the podcast studio today. Kevin, how's it going over there? I got Kevin Muir behind the board now, and I think he's learning a thing or two. How's it going over there? And what I want to request you do is talk to our boss here, Mr. Mark Borja, and figure out how to turn that mic on and get it working so we can have interactive input from you guys behind the board over there.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you just fine. Can you hear you? Can the people behind it hear? But we'll work on that. We're learning. That's part of why we're doing these podcasts today, figuring out the ins and the outs and all the idiosyncrasies with technology. A lot to learn, and hey, I'm gonna learn it too. We've got to get on with it. Our whole objective: teach our students career pathways in the trades. Put tools in schools. And why is it about your house? Oh my goodness gracious! If you could only see the mistakes and the crap I see, weekly now when I go out in the field. And I got an appointment today at 1:30 to go uptown and tell somebody how to put an oven in. There's, and let me say this too. I'm telling an interior designer how to design. Now, that's that to me is somewhat of an issue right there. But I understand it, and we'll get more into complexities around licensing, and certifications and apprenticeships, all of that. And most of it's tied to money. Money. Everything we do is staged, performed around money. Listen, everybody needs money. I got it. Everybody needs it. We got to have it to pay the bills. But that shouldn't be first and foremost. If you ask a kid what's the most important thing in his life, he's going to tell you money. Is that what we're teaching our kids? Money? Happiness, purpose. That ought to be number one objective. So we're going to shoot for it. We're going to try to change the trend. Not try, we're going to do it. But we need your help. We need several things. We need industry to step up. We're doing our job. We've got over 9 to 11 schools reached out for trade career days this year. All we have to do is show up, engage these kids with some sort of creative, interactive project or task to put tools in their hands to let them know they're capable of fixing anything they set their mind to. Anything. And we need to teach them that in itself, because one thing we are teaching our kids, we're teaching them fear. They're afraid, they are scared to death to make a mistake. And it's hurting you, it's hurting everybody. We've got to give these kids self-confidence, a way of giving them that initiative, that incentive to keep trying, to mess up, screw up. Like this studio here, we're going to mess up, we're going to screw up. We're not perfect. We're not all up to snuff with professionalism behind TV production, but that's basically what we're dealing with here. But we'll learn it, just like kids learning the trades. So tune in. Every week, we're going to have podcasts on here from the Toolbox, and we're also going to have throughout the week, when we're engaging kids in the Toolbox, getting them up to snuff on learning anything. The funny thing is, and you ought to know this, but unfortunately the people who don't know what tools are don't know this. Once you learn how to operate tools in your hands and your mind collectively and produce product, produce a service, and wow, the empowerment, the freedom it gives you, it's unbelievable. The happiest I've ever been is when I finish a job. And it's satisfactory, it's great, it's wonderful, it works. And the customer's happy as heck, smile on their face, and then I say, you can pay me now, and leave. But I don't do it as much for the money as I do it for the pleasure of completing a task, doing it well, and understanding my own capabilities, which are immense. Let's give that to our kids. But for right now, I'm going to sign off. And we'll be back with more about your house, more information around Put Tools in Schools. I beg you to go to puttoolsinschools.org, check it out, check what we're doing out, donate money, $5, $10, $1, $2, $10. I don't care. We need financial support to make these things happen. We're looking for sponsorships around the Toolbox, and more than anything, we want industry to show up, because who's going to teach the kids? Who? Industry. So, what you got, boys?
So, yes, Ray. We got a couple of people that commented in. One from Brett McDowell.
Brent McDowell, our buddy Brent, up in Gaston County.
Ray, Mark, and Kevin. And we also got one from Jeffrey Williams. He's saying hello from Tucson, Arizona.
Jeffrey, hey, how you doing, Jeffrey from Tucson, Arizona? Good to know. At least, hey, you make my day. I feel like I've succeeded at something. Wow. Thank you much. I appreciate your support. Hopefully you'll tune in to us again. Uncle Ray here. Uncle Ray's my name around Put Tools in Schools, and it's geared to give these kids, well, some family values. Uncle Ray. Yep, I can be in every family being Uncle Ray, and that's what I want to do for the kids. And being that I'm older than most, normally when I show up at an event, I'm the oldest person in the room. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. One thing I'm going to leave you with before I leave. I've been told to curb my passion because it sounds like I'm mad. Well, I'm a little frustrated. I'm a little frustrated for you folks that own homes that are looking for high quality people to come to your house and fix things, repair things, do what needs to be done. Well, it pretty much doesn't exist today like it did, say, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So how are we going to fix it? We've got to work on it diligently and correctly. And, but my thing around my personality is I'm outspoken, I'm loud, I'm passionate, I'm intense. But more than anything, I love each and every one of you. Each and every child, each and every parent, I love you. I swear I do. If it sounds like I'm griping, well, call me Uncle Ray, and here he goes again. But I am not changing my message. And part of the problems we have today in this world is men. Step up, speak out, and say what's on your mind without saying a cuss word. Can you do that? Can you be loving? Can you be caring without being deemed a toxic masculine voice? What we've done in this culture of ours is absolutely crazy. We're victimizing. I don't know. I don't like that word either. But we're just, our values. Men, let men be men. And I'm a man. I'm going to be a man. And if you don't like that, turn me off. Do that. It's okay. But understand one thing. I'm not mad at you. I love you. It's just you don't understand passion. You don't understand intensity. And that's me. I've always been that way. I'm one of those high-strung little boys with ADHD. Now I'm grown up, and now I'm a little boy dressed up in old man clothes with ADHD. Ain't nothing changed. And I'm not going to change who I am for anyone, because I'm out here serving a purpose. My purpose to the day I die is going to be about teaching people, giving back what God gave me when I was born. And God gave each and every individual out there as well. And each and every student. We need to give it back to them. School's taking it away. Our educational system's taking it away. We need to get back, teach these kids how to do things. Male, female, black, white, Asian, I don't care where you're from. Doesn't matter. We're all the same. We are all one. We need to love each other, spread love, and help each other learn what we need to learn in life. And it's not all academics. I've never seen a book fix anything. Never. Won't do it. So, tune in. About Your House coming your way. Any more messages before I close out here for this session?
Well, Jeff Williams did want to clarify. He is from Charlotte.
Oh, he is from Charlotte.
Yes.
But he lives in Tucson.
But he lives in Tucson. Well,
he's in Tucson. That's what it says.
okay. Well,
and he responds, amen.
and he responds, amen. Amen. There you go. All right, Ray Terry here at the Toolbox, talking about Put Tools in Schools. Like I said, go to the website, puttoolsinschools.org. Let's make it happen. Industry, step up. You know a company? Go to the puttoolsinschools.org website, go to the events tab. It's all there on the calendar. Press RSVP. Tell us you're going to play with us. Play with the kids. That's what we need. And if you don't know what to do, call me. Man, I love to talk. 704-712-4644. That's my number. And we're going to have a call in here with the Zoom, and we're going to get that dialed in. That's the last we've got 2 techno issues here in the studio that we've got to fix, repair, and it's a chore, let me tell you, but we'll do it. And we need your help this year. Tune in to About Your House, Put Tools in Schools, and we're going to make some changes. We're going to make a difference in kids' lives. So tune in. For right now, I'm going to tune out. I'm going to say goodbye. We'll be back with more About Your House, Put Tools in Schools real soon. Tune you in. Stay tuned for more About Your House. We'll talk to you soon. We all